You get so saturated if you look at cars and you don't see anything at the end.
To that degree.
Much better than well.
So I don't know.
And the towers on the top, you see the 4 towers in the corner, this would be the, when you turn it around, upside down, would be the feet of the grill. It's 71 years old, unusually old, because of the normal age. This time was about 50 years old, and he died at the end of the 16th century, 19th century. 1590.
Este es el retrato del rey Felipe II con 70 años de edad. A los dos lados, los padres.
What would you say? This lady who was a famous model, she's now 60, and she's having an operation, and so they're showing a picture of her.
She likes it.
Yeah, obviously.
She gets it.
Publicity. You know, I mean,
for free.
But at 60, you must probably.
Have got enough money? Guten Morgen.
Thank you.
There is something which I haven't discussed.
Use this one. Yes. Oh, thank you. Now here's one thing. I told you Rita told me this morning. First of all, she said there is a very active discussion going on MCI right now about the answers, mainly on start comments. And if there was anything here to contribute. No, I see. We didn't have time to talk about it. See, I called her the other day and said it looked like with the budget and all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she wants to help people. And you know, part of this came. A lot of it was missing with Susanna.
Oh, yeah.
Because now she's not Susanna, her baby. So she came down to
Most. I'm very thankful. It's, take part in a big thing going on.
one chance to speak something.
So you know. I'm not going to make any shot, but it hasn't seen the light of day.
I suggest we have a discussion about it this morning and see if we can get agreement to prove it by tomorrow afternoon. We have a whole day and night, apart from the other work we are doing, to get agreement before we leave. We began the work, this budget work, this time early, because last time it was March too near the end, when really people had no time to look in towns. So we made a deliberate effort this time, and I hope that this practice will be continued in the future. There are one or two other things, important things for us to discuss. I don't know whether we have time this morning. is to, so that is what shall happen in the remaining 7 months. Budget 1993 is a figure you have never seen before. It was something that has been put together by ISC and based upon partly history, partly what the programs have been asked.
That's correct, but there was some discussion of this last night, but it was inconclusive. And so we cut the discussion short, in the sense that we just agreed to disagree. We could not reach consensus within the time. There was to allocate to this matter. So at the moment things stand like that. There's a majority in favour.
Yeah, I just wanted to be clear that it's related to the fact that the enterprise is in Indonesia, and this is the reason that the money goes to Sodam Indonesia. Otherwise, there will be requests from other Sodamas to SDI for support for their Sodamas.
That was clearly understood.
Okay.
That was quite no. Stress that.
Fundraising separately from seven. And that money will not be used for the project.
Knowing the capacity councils that I was now more able to understand this. Giving bits and pieces. And on this particular occasion, in 1964, he said,
they might appoint a marketing person
one day,
to the government
God called Adam. He managed to fool you. God called Adam. Adam, I've got a job for you. You see that planet down there? Quite people that place. Yeah, boss, I don't want to go. I'm quite happy when it's your duty. Adam woke up on the earth. Very uncomfortable. Much nicer upstairs.
That would maybe.
But he had to accept this. We hung around. Man. And Adam was lonely. So God split him into two equal to make male and female. He contained both principles, male and female, down the middle to make male and female. So Eve was equal, Eve the female was equal to Adam the male, but second to Adam, man, in sequence. Adam was man, capital L, because the word man comes from the Sanskrit word manu, hence the words like manual, manuscript, yeah, of course, but rubbish. Chair man includes woman, and male and female. So I never say chairperson or chair. I mean, I much prefer the original Sanskrit. You guys have this problem, not us.
Well, we guys don't have much of a problem. It's the ladies that have the problem.
Yeah, ladies have they're wrong. They're simply wrong. But they just don't know that man is not a male.
But even to the extent of some wanting to call God she, her, rather than...
Yeah, sure. All the problems of prepositions and pronouns and so on from this. Then Baba said, and they Now Adam was no longer lonely. He was no longer androgynous. He had a great time with this woman. And they reproduced their species. And now he had been instructed when he was sent down. He said he didn't want to go. But he said, no, just hang around there, come back when you are 63. In 63 years, I remember, 60, 63, 64, and God said very gently, Adam, how about you?
Not yet, boss.
I'm having a great time. I like this place. And Baba used the most extraordinary phrase. He said, and God gave in. And let Adam learn for himself. Adam hung around, he was 800 years old. And then God said in a rather sharp voice, Adam, now!
But how does it fit in with the theory of evolution?
So Adam returned to paradise. And I wondered why he delayed to come back. It was so much nicer. And he now became acclimated again to living in paradise. And after a while, God called Adam. He said, Adam, I've got a job for you.
Chipita.
And Adam said, anything but that, Baba. Anything but that, God. No, I'm sorry, but it's the place we have to go to. They have gone wrong.
Oh, I see your point.
That was in 1901.
And so, Adam had to come back to here. And I nearly fell out of my chair. And I suddenly realized that Baba was 63. That's the way Baba spoke. Anybody who can pick it up, pick it up. You'll never be, specific about it. You use metaphor.
Yes, yes.
So how can we know who Baba was? Except with this kind of hint. He was a God-fearing man. Darwin was right, but his followers, not so right. The neo-Darwinists. He said what happened was this. Darwin produced a theory. He never called it more than a theory of the origin of the species. Origin and evolution of the species. He said it was like that. And when the body, it was a theory of the evolution of the physical body. And when the body was ready, the human soul, from way out in outer space, beyond this galaxy, came and was lodged in this body that has been prepared. And he said that is why there's a huge gap between the most evolved ape and the least evolved human. There's a huge gap. And so they interpolated a missing link to bridge that gap.
Yeah.
He said, this link will always be missing. They'll never find it physically. Because it came from there. So that for me, there is no problem between the evolutionary theories and what Baba says. Of course. theology of the species. So I remember soon after, Arthur C. Clarke, who was my neighbor, he still, he had been there for 40 years living in Colombo. When he was not so famous, he used to bring his script, his manuscript across to me, to have a second eye go through this stuff. And he had written a book called Childhood's End.
Yes.
This is the best thing he ever wrote. And I said, Arthur, you have never written better, and possibly you will never write better than this because it's super. But why do you interpose here an X factor? Don't you dare to call it God? He's an atheist, all the sort of modern thing, atheist, homosexual, all the sort of requirements.